Hey guys, Frank from Sinister Barbecue. So, just to give you a quick update about this 1,000-gallon. Again, it's been 3 to 4 years that I've had this propane tank on my hands, and I have finally got the courage to actually cut into it and actually start working on it. And it's not courage about like me hurting myself or blowing up or whatnot. It's more courage on actually able to do such a big project. And with that being said, this guy's going to have 4 doors. It's going to have a 10-foot pipe with 10 inches in diameter on schedule 40, which is still a pretty thick size. It'll be able to be cut in half, I guess, if you want to say it like that, where it can actually breakneck and it'll come down on the back of the top of the pit. We actually got to cut into it, and that was probably the best feeling in the world. And right now, currently, I was grinding off a seam that there is that's around the pit. So halfway around it, there's a seam that came with it. And I'm taking it off currently, and I'm going to tell you now that it has been a challenge. I've been out here for about 30 minutes, and I've gotten a quarter of it out the way, which is pretty good. I bought all of my tools so far from Harbor Freight, and they have been working amazing. So if I'm really making this video and videos, I guess you can say, down the road with this 1,000-gallon, that you honestly can do this with a very low budget. I've seen places that sell these 1,000 gallons for $17,000, and all said and done, doing math, you roughly probably with tools like a welding machine, the grinder that I have is a 7 to a 9 inch, a reconditioning surface reconditioning tool as well. You're talking, with materials, $5,000 or less. And so it is going to take me some time to do this. I'm not jumping into it and trying to make this big old quick thing. I do plan on having it done by the fall, roughly. So with that being said, let's go ahead and see what it's looking like. So as you guys can see, I've reconditioned the surface very, very well. It does still have little spots. It has some pitting in here, which isn't a big deal. I'm not going to be one of those guys that wants this thing to be completely flat, but just as good as it possibly can be. As you can see, we've done this with a 4-inch grinder, or 4.5-inch grinder, sorry, and we've actually cut the doors. Now, I haven't cut up here yet, and if you can see, our lining's a little crooked here and there, but no matter how good you try to do this with a grinder, you're still going to have some lines. But we have cut this side, the bottom, and the other side as well. We haven't cut all the way through, obviously, on the corners. We're trying to keep it there because in a few weeks I'll be having some cutouts of metal that will actually be putting on the inside of the doors, and it's just going to be a curved piece of metal like so. And that's going to actually hold the door from expanding or despanding, however you want to call it, when the heat's actually going. Especially after we cut the doors, I don't want them to bow out or bow in. So that's kind of the reason being that we really haven't cut the doors. Plus, we still have to put the flat bar on the edges so that it can actually have a seal. And so far, it's kind of the inside, if you can see it. I mean, not too much at nighttime, but this guy is humongous, and I'm really excited on this journey that I'm gonna have with it. And there's so many plans with it. I have plans of putting this on the trailer at some point, having to get in touch with a crane company to come out here and be able to lift it up, having the time to be able to weld it onto that trailer. I haven't figured out if I'm going to build my own trailer, if I'm going to go buy one. The goal is to really be able to even have airbags on this thing down the road, hopefully in a good sense of time. There's still a lot of work we gotta do as far as like getting all this off too. This is just all the stuff that it came with when we got it, and as you can see, we've gone through a crazy amount of discs, and I know a lot of people are probably gonna say you didn't even fully use them. It's difficult with this, but other than that, the firebox will be insulated. I've had a few people ask me about it, friends and family that come by and asking how it's gonna work and if it's worth it to do that. And I think it is, just to be able to hold that heat, spend less wood, and to be able to get it all the way through. This thing will also have 10 thermometers, 2 on each I guess, brace between the doors, so, or the door frames. So it's a lot. And again, just really excited to be able to do this and to be able to have this journey in my life to be able to do. Well, I guess this is our first official video after it being semi-cut. Y'all have a great day, and thank y'all for tuning in.